To introduce and invite our next speaker, I'll request Mr. Piyush Desle to join us on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us for an insightful session with Dr. Jagdish Godihal sir, Professor of Civil Engineering at Presidency University, Bangalore. Dr. Godihal sir will leverage his extensive expertise in real estate to explore the crucial topics of sustainability and recycling of construction materials. His commitment to advancing engineering education is evidenced by certifications from prestigious universities like IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, IIC Bangalore, and SPA New Delhi. Dr. Godihal's research areas include sustainability, waste management, pollution control, design for sustainability, smart cities, and engineering education technology. His profound knowledge and dedication to his fields promise to provide us with invaluable insights. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jagdish Godihal sir.
Very good afternoon, one and all. Oh, you have a cup of tea, no, already? Coffee? Have you drink a tea or a coffee? Or juice? Juice will make you to sleep. Okay? But I am very happy. I am thankful to President CREDAI, Pramod sir, and his young team for inviting me to share my views. You have listened to all the stalwarts, 3 stalwarts you have listened. Okay? They are the, I think, well-known name in Pune. Whether it is Magar sir or Gera sir or Vivek sir, you have listened to them. And what they have told you all, now I am putting that, how you can practice that. Means how you can really transform that into a reality. Because you are all young people, I love to talk to young people. No doubt, I am also young. Don't go with my white hairs. Okay, I am also young. So, young by mind, young by heart, young by thinking, young by reading, young by us disseminating the knowledge what I have. I love for a fashion of technology. I love the real estate in the sense buildings. I love infrastructure. Okay, now I love smart cities. But how I can forget you all? You are the makers of that, isn't it? Whether it is a smart building, smart cities we are talking about. But all these things will be a reality provided if you have a domain knowledge. And also you have an ability, competency to integrate technology. Okay? Being a civil engineer or practicing construction for a longer time, you have already evolved yourself as more than civil engineers. Those who are not having a degree. Degree is a piece of paper for me. But what is here is very important in transforming into a reality. Now, gone are those old days. So you have to change. Change is the only constant in this world. You have to change. If you are not changing, definitely you will be thrown out of the place where you are now, what you want to do. That change is only constant. Now in my, whatever the knowledge I got up till now, so in that, you have to have 4 integrations are very, very important. First integration is your domain knowledge with technology, with sustainability, with attitude. Attitude plays an important role. If you don't have an attitude to change, attitude to learn new technology, attitude to adopt new technology, attitude to make it an action-oriented in your real life, definitely why this youth convention, Conclave is been called to transform you to that level will not happen provided if you are going to change your attitude. Attitude is a must. Okay? So let me go ahead with my presentation. Okay? You are most welcome to interact. You can stop me and interact. Okay? So, just for the introduction of the late joiners to this presentation, I have gone through this presentation that may about me. Okay, this is what is all about me. Okay. Now my presentation is going to be on, I have been given the topic sustainability. And then Gera sir talked about that, and Magar sir talked about that, and the main person, Vivek, is talking about the land. Okay, you know the land records and everything. Now, yes, construction industry. Do you know what is the contribution of this construction industry to the GDP? 2024? What is the contribution of the construction industry to the Indian GDP? The growth. How much it is contributing? That I will let you know. Now, your Pune stalwarts have talked about paradigm shift. You have to change. What are those? Then, everybody want this, how to optimize construction cost, to make more profit, but not at the cost of durability of the structure. Then, I'm going to summarize what I'm going to talk. Lastly, yes, I always give take-home messages. If you are ready to take home or leave it here. No problem. Okay? Yeah, you are all know environment. Okay? Why you are talking about sustainability? What is happening here? Pressure. Pressure is everywhere. Okay? Pressure is everywhere here, whether it is population, resources, and environment. Many of you want resources, isn't it? Without resources, construction industry cannot flourish, cannot move ahead. Now, resources and population are putting a lot of pressure on environment. Okay? This is what we want to change. Then what is the difference between sustainable development and development? Sustainable development. Development, what we are doing now. Just hook or cook, I want to earn profit. I am not bothering about next generation. Future generation, I am not bothered about. But what is sustainable development? Yes. I am bothered about me, I am bothered about my future generation. Whatever the resources I am using, the same resources my future generation must have. Okay, that is what is sustainable development. It is possible. It is very much possible if you are going to integrate those 4 things I have told. That is domain knowledge, technology, sustainability, attitudinal change. If you are going to integrate that in your profession, definitely you are going to achieve this sustainable development. Okay. Now, I'll come to that question I asked you. Construction industry. It is 5,300 billion industry. Okay. And it is contributing almost 15% to the GDP. Okay. And then this industry spends about 40 to 60% on materials. 40 to 60% on materials. Okay, now you want to make a good profit, how you can reduce this cost, 40 to 60%, that you have to think of. Okay, you are going to, how are you going to practice? That is, I am going to talk on these points, how are you going to reduce, reuse, recycle, or what are the paradigm shifts you can adopt in your own construction. It is not a very big buzzword. If you give a little attention to your construction site, I think many of you are aware about, now as per the Construction Demolition Waste Management 2016, there is a law has come, CD Waste Management law has come. In that law, now when you are giving a construction management plan, there is a requirement you have to submit a construction waste management plan also. Actually, it is there. And there are 8 stakeholders in that law. mainly the waste generators. Waste generator comes with all the builders. They have got certain responsibility. If you are generating more than 20 ton of waste or 300 ton per month, you are bound to have that segregation in your own site. Otherwise, you will be penalized. That is there, but it may not be in practice, but definitely it is there. Already it is come in 2016. Okay. Now, this is what? After service sector in India, construction industry along with industry, they are the second most GDP to the Indian, and then lastly the agricultural sector. Now, we talk about sustainability. Sustainability means sustaining everything, sustaining from economy, social and environmental. You have to learn to make a profit in your industry, sustaining environment, sustaining social, sustaining the economy. Means you have to get back your whatever the investment you are having, that you have to get back. In addition to that, you should not deteriorate or should not make a considerable impact on the environment, okay, where you may not get land for your further development. You may not get resources for your development. Okay, that you have to think of. Okay, then ultimately social. As Magar sir has already told you, the social means you have to look at your customers. That is the social impact, how you are making. So developing a brand name is not that easy. Hoardings, 10 hoardings in a city or in a big newspaper ad will not make you a brand name. It's going to make, that means what you preach, if you practice that, it will become a brand name. That is, you are all young, definitely you will learn the trick of the trade, definitely from that aspect. Okay, this sustainability, if I want to practice, I have to come all these three together. That is environment, economy, as well as social. So then only we are going to have this sustainability in place. Okay. Then what are these paradigm shifts? What you really take this message. Now everybody talks about what? Everybody talks about growth. When you talk about growth, there will be no development. You should talk about development. That development, what I told, that is sustainable development. Okay, that is one. Second one is, everybody is talking about energy efficiency, energy efficiency. That is okay, but you should talk about demand reduction. How I can reduce the demand itself. Then there is no question of energy efficiency. Okay. Then we'll talk about upfront cost. It is always going to talk on life cycle, carbon footprint. How much you are going to reduce that? Okay, that is that definitely it is upfront cost. That is I am going to talk about that, how you can reduce the upfront, that is life cycle carbon footprint reduction in our CD waste management. Then waste treatment we talk about. You should not generate the waste itself. You try to have that. That is what I am telling about construction management plan, construction waste management plan. Starting only you make a construction waste management plan. You know the different stages of the construction. When you know the different stages of the construction, you know what type of waste is going to generate at the same time. Because already it is a practice, you know that. But you employ the skilled labor, train them, thereby you are reducing the waste generation itself, first point. Second one is you are generating that, you will be knowing what is the next stage where you can use in the site itself that waste. It is possible, but nobody has given thought to these little things. But if you are able to give this thought to the little things, definitely your cost of construction definitely is going to come down. Then we talk about consumption. No, we talk about conservation. How much water I can conserve in preparing my concrete. How much water I am consuming is not important. How much water I am conserving. How much water I am reducing. How much cement I am not using. Where I am using other materials, sustainable materials. Cinder ash I am using. Fly ash I am using. Because anything having a property, binding property. And then we have tested in my lab. We have used the coal ash, 20% coal ash instead of sand, instead of cement. Then we got almost 13 MPa concrete block strength. It is possible. But only thing is, we need to learn from that angle. Then we talk about linear economy. Now the days have gone. especially in construction industry. You should not talk about linear economy. You should talk about circular economy. You should first reduce the waste generation. If you are producing the waste, how to reuse that. If it is not possible to reuse because concrete is already hardened, you can recycle it, take out the recycled aggregates and reuse them in the making recycled concrete aggregates. Aggregates you are using to prepare recycled aggregate concrete. That is definitely having the same cost. Okay. Yeah, this is what I am talking about, sustainability approach. You have to do in the planning only, not at the site. Before the starting of the construction, when you are submitting the plan, you have to have construction waste management plan, construction management plan, along with what are the material you are going to use and all those things. You have to plan well in advance, and something in the design and process you can reduce in service. That means how the cost is going to be reduced from that angle. Yeah, how we are going to do it? Already examples are available. Already many examples are available here. You can have. Delhi Metro has used already. That is efficient project management. Okay, there is a saving of 10 to 15%. Examples are live in front of your eyes, but look at that and try to learn how they are practiced. The same thing with use of technology. So Magar sir was talking about the BIM. Yes, BIM is going to save at least 5 to 10% of your cost. Because BIM is a software, it is going to identify what are the ways you can reduce and all those things. Okay, continuing that, prefabric. Someone has asked the question, prefabrication and modular. Yes, if it is in the large scale, you look into the Cirque and company, they have started in 1986, I think. Then 1986 only they prefabricated Cirque in Pimpri Chinchwad. They have constructed the buildings, municipal buildings. At that time, I was the site engineer over there. At that time, long back, it is 1986. Okay. So 20-25% construction cost is reduced there. Then, yes, it is now the green building concepts. How many of you are aware about green building concepts? Okay, use BIM, try to learn from the BIM, then definitely you can plan and you can develop the models in BIM, the green building concepts. Green building is not only constructing a building, it is after constructing service. That is a concept of economy, as well as that we talk about capital investment, that is the construction of the total building. Then we talk about running operation maintenance cost, that is there. Green buildings are considerably going to reduce this running maintenance and operation costs. There will be no day lighting required. ACs are not required that much if you properly oriented the building and all those things. If you are going to use the cavity walls, and then if you are going to use the agricultural biomass in between and the cavity walls, there are so many things we can do. But you may think it is practically possible. Let us try it. Somewhere someone has to try that. Okay, we cannot say nothing is impossible. Even in the word impossible, I am possible. But you can try, okay, from that angle. Okay, now optimizing material procurement, yes. This is that is inventory control. That is very, very important. The thing is that you should not go and buy when you need. Because if you have got I think most of you are more intelligent than me, and then you may tell that teacher is teaching us. No, it is not like that. From that angle, you will buy a lot of material well in advance, I may be. But there also procurement, you can reduce a lot of cost. Okay. So this is what, in a gist I am going to give you, how is compare your conventional with cost effective methods. So whatever the 3 talks before me, okay, I am summarizing here. You can look into that. Everybody has talked about the BIM. Now AI. Okay. So you may think, why I should use, you can, all those things, I don't know. Because the people are available. You can use, okay. Yeah, this is CD waste management. How you can manage CD waste. Okay. Construction, demolition, waste management approach, life cycle assessment. Life cycle assessment. Now you look into here, we talk about pre-construction. Where it is going? Back. It's only forward or what? It's only forward. This one, huh? Okay. Sorry, yeah. Thank you. So how many of you know the laws, regulations, contractual agreements? If you don't know the policy, then how are you going to adopt this? CD Waste Management Policy 2016. Okay, that means pre-construction. You must know the laws. Then while designing resource optimization, that is where the BIM comes, BIM. Green building standards. Okay. Then during construction, we can have during construction, see during construction, we are having material management, material delivery, material storage, material use, that is one. Then construction practice. So first and foremost, try to use the local material, try to use the local labor, try to train those them. Okay, you can invest money on training the local people. Definitely, it is going to be cost effective in the long run. And retaining the people will be definitely cost effective. That is what my previous speakers has talked about. Okay, in that sense. Now, lot of demolition, as old structures has to be demolished, new structures will come. Okay, that means how you're going to use those, how you're going to demolish, selective demolition, okay, where you can use some reuse you can do. If you go for an explosive demolition, you cannot reuse anything. It will be a debris. Okay, again it will go to processing. It will be mixed waste. Okay, instead of that, if you go for a selective demolition, something, doors, windows and all those things you can reuse as it is. That is going to save the cost. And in addition to that, you separate out concrete boulders along with other debris like bricks and all those things. Then concrete boulders can be processed and you get back the recycled concrete aggregates. That means these recycled aggregates, we have used up to 50%. We are able to get at least 10 to 13 MPa compressive strength, where it is sufficient for using structural component. In addition to that, even for non-structural component, paver blocks and all those things, you can use even if you get 5 MPa as a compressive strength. So from that angle, you have to rethink from that angle. Okay, this is how, I think many of you are aware about this, how the CD waste is recycled, and you are going to get two things. That is a recycled material you are going to get. That is material as a recycled aggregate. Another one is people are manufacturing concrete blocks as well as the paver blocks, curb stones, many things as non-structural component you are able to manufacture from that angle. Okay. Yes. Do you have an answer to this? Do you have an answer to this? Anybody can answer to this question? You want to continue the old system? How you can expect when you want to move from third, ours is fifth, no, economy, fifth largest in the world. Now, if you want to move to the third largest in the world, the old systems are going to take you there. Because you are the second contributor to the GDP, second contributor to the GDP. So, old system, what are the new system you can think about? Okay. Are you ready to think differently? Anybody? Anybody is ready to think differently? Nobody? Okay. How many of you are aware about this design technique? Traditional engineering design criteria. Only 3 concepts you are going to take, only 3 parameters you are going to take. Okay? Everybody want only function, cost and safety. You are designing your entire structures based on function, cost, safety. Okay? It should be functional for which it has been built. It should be safe under any adverse conditions. It should stand still, whether it is earthquake for a given design period and all those things. Okay, it should be safe, and then it should be cost effective. This is what we consider generally. But if you go for a sustainable thing, then you have to consider 2 more things. Okay, what are these 2? how your building is going to make an impact on the people as well as on the society and environment. Okay, that is what is sustainability is all about. So this is a new approach. Are you ready to change? Reducing raw material, then removing hazardous material in the construction. Lastly, designing service to minimize environmental impacts. These things are very, very important. That is where the paradigm shift is required, where I talked about reduction, waste reduction I talked about. Okay, it's not waste treatment from that angle. Okay, these are the questions everyone has to ask themselves before they are launching their own product or own construction site. Okay, these are the questions you have to ask if you are having a sustainability concept in your mind. Okay, these things. Okay, I'll go hurriedly. I think time is up. Yeah? Is it okay? I'm making some sense here. I'm talking sensely, and you are getting everything. And just I'm summarizing my three previous speakers, what they said in that terms. Okay. Okay, now how are you going to optimize? This is very important for you people. Okay, optimization of cost in construction. How you can optimize. Yes, that is flash bricks. I think how many builders are using now flash bricks? Yeah, good. How many are ready to use? How many have got the complaints from the customers or the clients? The wall is not good or something and all those things you are getting. But how you try to improve upon that? How you try to improve upon that? Have you tried? Because see, we are all change resistors. Any change we want to bring, initially we resist it. Until entire society accepts it, then we'll say, hey, it's very good, very good, very good. It is that. That is our mindset. That mindset has to change from that thing. Okay, then technology integration. How many people are using technology integration? Move ahead from that, your AutoCAD. There are BIM is there, Rivet is there. Very good softwares are, integrated softwares are available. You can learn. There are open source softwares are there. Don't really depend on your consultants. If you want free of cost, I can train you people. Don't give me a single money, single pie. Because I want a very good houses to be built all over India. Okay? So from that angle, if you are ready, together we can work. It is not me from that angle. Okay. Labor management is a big problem now, isn't it, in construction? How many people are working for a longer duration in your firm? Any example? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? So that means, as I mentioned, hire local people, train them. That is the best thing. Train them, try to retain them. Okay. Okay, savings are there. Lean construction, how many are aware about lean construction technology? That is almost saving 10 to 15% of cost. Then sustainable practices last. Okay. So green building, it's saving 30 to 50% throughout the lifespan of the building. It's not only related to the construction, after construction, what all utilities will be there. That is very important. Okay, now I have comparative analysis here. Okay, comparative analysis are very much easier. How much you are going to save? Clay bricks, fly ash bricks, 30% saving. Tomorrow you try and don't ask me the questions, where is 30%, show me. There is a standard operating procedure, as rightly is pointed out by my previous speaker. Everybody has to have SOPs at your office. If SOPs are not there, don't expect that reduction of saving of 30%. Okay? You have your own SOP. Initially, it may not be 30%, it may be 10%. Try to evolve yourself, try to evolve. Then it will move up 30%. Okay? Rome cannot be built in a day. It requires time to build from that angle. Then training, yes, training the labor is going to save you about 10% of the cost of the material itself. If you train him, skilled labor, 10% of the material is saved, means he is giving you 2% to him, 8% is saved from that angle. Okay, these are the recycled things. Okay, how you can do. Now this is your recycled concrete aggregates versus natural aggregates. Okay. See, using recycled concrete aggregates, there is a twofold benefits. One is you are saving the natural environment, that is biodiversity you are saving. There is no mining as such, one thing. Second thing is you are saving a lot of landfill dumping. You go to every city nowadays, every city, and then even if you go to every road, in every nook and corner of the road, there is a CD waste lying over there. It obstruction to the traffic, and some CD waste is lying on the nalas. Then it will be flooding during rainy season. See, that means if you think holistically, one action of reusing recycled aggregates is going to have a twofold benefits. Okay. Now the cost of land, in the cities is going up and up. And reclaiming that landfills is another thing. So you are reducing. The waste going to the landfill, you are reducing from that side. No doubt, one drawback of this recycled concrete aggregate is that it is having more water absorption because the mortar is added to that. Because it is reused. Already it is in the concrete, that cement mortar is added to that. But only thing is now there are ways and means, techniques to remove that mortar, added mortar we call. Then you can reduce the absorption, water absorption as bring down. Then ultimately you are going to get the required compressive strength. It is possible. Okay, now you can use for both structural as non-structural level of replacement and grade of concrete. That means what percentage of recycled concrete aggregates you are going to use? 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. We have gone up to 50% with cinder 10%, and we got almost 13 MPa compressive strength. Okay. That means now there will be combinations, proportionating different waste, even industrial waste, slag furnace waste is also be added over there. Means only thing is you have to come to what we call that as a mixed design. In concrete technology, there is a mixed design. You have to come to a particular proportion so that you can have a proper mixed design to attain that particular grade, whether it's 15 grade, 20, 30 grade, 20 grade, depending upon the work where you want to put that concrete. Okay, this is what we did. I hurriedly go through this. All these things we did in our concrete lab experiment we did. We have taken all these things. So this is the blocks we have prepared. Okay. Having cavities, rectangular cavities as well as circular cavities. Using these blocks, we have prepared, see, we have filled in the rice husk as well as coconut fiber in that. Okay, so I'll come to that. These are the material we have used. See, we have got this much, 20 MPa compressive strength, 8 MPa. This is as per the requirement. Then we have constructed these two models with these bricks. Concrete blocks, sorry. One with rectangular, one with circular. And then we have filled in the concrete rice husk as well as coconut fiber in that. Then we have monitored for inside temperature. We have come with thermal comfort inside the building where we have reduction. We thought about reduction in energy. That is air conditioning. Air conditioning will be reduced. Okay, from that angle. Then we found out that second one is having more better with coconut fibers as a filler material. So now here we have used two types of material. One is part of the construction. Material as a part of the construction. That is your recycled concrete aggregate as well as the cinder ash. They are the part of the construction, the part of the brick. Another material is a filler material. Filler material is a material, it is the biomass, agricultural biomass. Okay, that is coconut fibers, rice husk. They are called as the thermal insulators. Okay, they act as the thermal insulators. So now lot of research is required to be done on this. That means transforming from the lab to the reality. Lab to the reality. We talk about startups like that. So that means in that sense, definitely there is a lot of scope over here. Then definitely we are going to reduce lot of air conditioning requirement. Okay, when the air conditioning requirement is there, then we are going to have that is energy reduction instead of energy efficiency. Okay, this is what we are all together giving to the earth. Everything we are taking from the earth. Okay, that's why you see the emoji over there. Earth is weeping almost. It is under stress. It is under stress. Okay. Now, if you go for a recycling, then we make earth happy. Do a recycling everywhere. Okay, reduce, reuse. Okay, take less from the earth and then use recycled material, leave less waste to the earth. One thing you have to remember, environment is having a tremendous capacity, but it is finite capacity. It is not infinite capacity. Try to underline these words. Finite capacity. When finite capacity is there, I can carry a load of 10 ton on my head, but I cannot carry a 15 ton. That is my capacity. Like that, environment is having the resources, whatever you are taking, it is limited resources, they are going to exhaust. At the same time, when you are dumping the waste, assimilating capacity is also reduced. It is infinite, not infinite, it is finite from that angle. Okay. So this is what I want to summarize. Okay. Lastly, yeah. Now you have to integrate all these things, technology and everything, sustainability concepts. You have to integrate to get your overall efficiency. Okay. Now this is the take-home message. Okay, I'm completing. Okay. So do the right. First one is do the right project. But once you accept that right project, do it right. If you are going to follow these two principles, no, definitely you are going to survive. You are going to survive, Mother Earth is going to survive, society is going to survive. Do the right project and do it right. Okay. Okay. So this is my equation, Jago equation of sustainability. Okay, this is Jago. I wanted to awaken you people, Jago. My name is Jagdish Godihal. I make it short as Jago. Okay. So that is what I did. Okay, Jago equation it is. So from that angle, I hope I try to awaken you people. I try to awaken you people with respect to sustainability, with respect to integration of technology, sustainability and attitudinal change. Okay. Oh, this is okay. Then I complete my presentation. I hope I tried my level best to the message, whatever I wanted to give to you people. Okay. Okay, next time I will come with so much knowledge so that you can have more uploads for me. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful presentation.
Okay.
We'll now move to the question and answer. Piyush, sir, please, I'll request you to join him on the stage. Please raise your hand if you have any question. Can you please pass the mic over there?
Yes. Yeah.
I have taken time, more time.
Good evening, sir. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you very much.
Just need to know, nowadays 3D printing is upcoming in our industry. So it will be a sustainable or a conventional type only.
Okay, that is CD waste you are talking about.
Yeah.
Actually, CD waste, we did an experiment also. For Bengaluru, we did. And then if the CD waste processing unit is far away from your construction site, it may not seems to be feasible because transportation cost will be more. That we have worked on that. That is why we propose that there will be city like Pune, you can have a mobile CD waste processing units or within within 3 to 4 kilometer span, if you are getting CD waste from your construction site, okay, that recycled aggregates, it is works out to be cheaper compared to the natural aggregates.
No, but I'm asking about 3D printing systems are upcoming in
It
industry.
is upcoming, but
So it will be a sustainable or a conventional only.
no, it will be sustainable, but it requires little bit time.
Okay, will
requires
it
little
help?
bit-
Will it help for sustainability?
It is sustainable, especially for a small buildings now.
Because the ingredients for 3D printing is also manufactured right now.
Yeah.
So just need to get it.
3D printing as of now, it may not seems to be sustainable at present, but as the technology evolve, definitely in future days or future years, definitely it will make it sustainable.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
We can take one more question. Anyone?
Yeah, somewhere there back. Yeah.
She already has a mic.
Yeah.
Can you please ask your question?
Thank you so much, sir. It was
you,
an
thank you.
excellent session.
Yeah.
I want to ask something that green buildings is a very good concept when it comes to people, literate people like engineers, architects. So people do understand that. But working in a sector of affordable housing, where the houses are more than 200 units, 300 units, it is difficult to convince the end customer where, as you told us, fly ash bricks, it helps us reduce waste by 30%, it's better in insulation, but it is difficult to convince the end user. So what do you suggest that how to use it into marketing for people who are not very learned about the green building concept?
Okay. First and foremost thing, you tell the customer how much reduction in cost is there. Okay, if you are selling your house unit 30 lakhs, now it is coming in 20 lakhs. And the durability is the same. Okay, and it is going to sustain all the risks, whatever the risks are there. And nowadays everything is frame structures and they are all just partition walls. Okay, so from that, first thing you have to tell how much the cost reduction. Because our mentality is to go with the cost. Okay, if 30%, 40% reduction in cost, that in a prime locations, people will be after that. That is my gut feeling. But nobody dare to talk that. Okay.
But so what about the current projects that are already going on? Like governments also, for all the other materials that you are suggesting that has to be used, even those things to get out in the market for people to believe in it, for like to get it tested and for the end customer. So right now as developers, even if we accept it, how do you think and where do you see that in future how more longer it will take for the end customer to accept it, as well as the government?
I think now the government will have, already it has come with CD waste management 2016 rules. And then if you are using these materials, there is an incentive for the contractors also. Okay, 20%, 30%, it is there in the CD waste management rules. Okay, then they are going to get the contract also. So these incentives are there already. Another thing is, it may take another couple of years and then we have to be very strict in execution of that. Okay. So I hope, I am very optimistic, next 5 years, most of the structures will be using this, what we call them as a waste material. I never call them as a waste material, it is wealth. It's not a waste, it is a wealth in future. That is what.
So sir, do you see it getting incentivized for a developer in the near future? Somehow?
Definitely they have to incentivize because the most, that means used is developers only, no? That is more user of that is developers only. That means somewhere as a organization, they have to write and they have to see how much they are customer friendly or society friendly. If they are able to convince, definitely the government has to look into that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We can take one last question.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Yash Chaudhary from CREDAI Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. And, sir, my question is, how can construction waste be effectively managed and minimized through recycling in real estate projects?
The first thing is you have to reduce. Reduce in the sense to reduce, you have to go for the modern softwares. That is BIM. It is going to give you, that is construction waste management plan as well as construction management plan. That means at every stage, how much waste is going to be generated.
Yeah.
So that means either I can reduce it by employing a skilled labor. Skilled labor is going to reduce so much a percentage of waste. Okay. Then immediately you have to have a plan in the site itself. If you have both. Now actually government has to make a policy. I think it is already there. Unless and otherwise you are going to submit a construction waste management plan for a site, your construction management plan will not be approved. Okay? It is there already in CD waste management. That means how much waste you are reducing generation as a waste generator. You are getting incentives. Incentives also given now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That is how it is only change in, that is what I told you, attitudinal change. So it is your domain knowledge, technology, and then your attitudinal change and sustainability concepts. These 4 concepts you have to imbibe, inculcate. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
sir.
Thank you, audience, for all the questions, and thank you, sir, for addressing them.
Thank
We
you.
would like to felicitate you. I'll request Mr. Kshitish Shah and Mr. Rishikesh Paricharak from Pandharpur to join us on the stage for the same. Sure. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Godihal. Thank you.